All right, welcome back to Back 40 Firewood. So, I just wanted to show you what ended up happening with the rest of that Bigfoot tree from the big split. I split up the rest of those rounds. I'll show you how much that came out to. And then I just want to show you a few things around the wood yard and what I'm getting into next. But first, welcome any and all new subscribers. We are almost at 50. I have a feeling we're going to hit 50. This is the week for 50 people. That's right. So, if you haven't done so, like, share, subscribe to this. If you have, thanks for coming back and checking this out. So, yeah, let's get to it. So after I split up the rest of the rounds from the Bigfoot tree, I ended up with this stack right here, which is almost a face cord, along with those two face cords. So it was pretty close to a full cord of wood in that tree. The distance between those trees right there is a little over 7 feet, and I stacked it a little bit higher than 4 feet, but I'm not really that great at math, and without taking off my boots I can't really count over 10, so I'm not going to try adding up the cubic feet right there and see if it is a complete full cord. So here is some leftover scraps from this big split. You get a lot of shavings and a lot of scraps with splitting this stuff down. You can see here, there's some pretty good sized chunks. Some of this stuff here. Here's a nice little piece, kind of an odd and end piece, but hey, you know, everything burns, and my dad gave me an idea to take some of this smaller kindling like this and dry it out good, put a little bit of it in like a brown paper bag, roll the top down, and then give that to people when they buy firewood for campfires as like a fire starting kit. So I'm going to do that. And with this other bigger stuff, I'll either keep that for my fire pit burning, like some of this limb wood here. This was some more limb wood that I got off that tree, and then some of those chunks. I will keep that for my fire pit, but I may also add it into my stash of what I call the ugly wood. Let me show you that. 1 second. So there it is. There's my pile of what I call ugly wood. It's just odds and ends, you know, uneven splits, things that come out. You have a 16, you have a 16-inch cut, it's 22 inches long, you end up with a chunk left over. Some big break-offs like that. So I've just kind of been accumulating this pile as I split wood. And today, on the Facebook group Firewood Sellers page, Lawrence Morford, I don't know, I'm not sure exactly how to say your last name, but he had a post about what he does with his scrap wood, and he bags it up in bags similar to what I sell my bundles in, and he just sells those bags of just, I think he called it junk wood. So Lawrence, buddy, I am going to be trying that as well. I am going to take your idea and see if I can move some of this ugly wood out the door. So thanks for sharing that, and I'll let you know if it works as well as it's working for you. All right, so what do we got going on next? Well, yesterday I went out and made the rounds. No, not to all the Facebook pages, not to all the YouTube channels, not to all my friends' houses, which would only be a few, but not those type of rounds. I didn't make those rounds. What I did make were these rounds. Haha, right there. I don't know if you remember back to that video about the trees felling trees, but we had this one tree come down and knock down a few other ones, so I bucked it up, and now we're gonna load it up and move it back to the little landing by the splitter. Yep. Got the little helper. He's checking maintenance checks on the lawnmower. We're gonna do a little lawnmower logging. Oh yeah, right here. You get to see it. Everything okay back there? Thumbs up? Thumbs up, Buttercup. Time to grab my trusty friend, the log ox. Log ox. Alright, now you guys stay sitting up here, okay? So I'm going to roll these things down. Alright? We're going to leave that one there. All right. Whew. Here's a little trick for all those who don't know the trick. Make yourself a little platform. Go from the ground to here to the cart. You can do it with the log ox too. Set it down, lift with the legs. Alright, ready to take her back? Alright, so I repositioned the splitter. As you can see, now I can just split these up, shuttle them right off the end of the splitter, right onto the pallets where I'm going to stack it. See this little knot right here on the end of this piece of wood? Anytime you got something like that, it's always good to use those as an end piece because they're not going to roll. See that now? That ain't going to roll anywhere when I set another block up on top of it. You notice those little things? Take advantage of it. Okay, so I don't know if I explained that before, but if you saw me, I took a few rounds and I set them up on end. I made like a little fence to stop any blocks from rolling down. That's another tip for today to keep in mind. If you're ever rolling blocks of wood down a hill, don't think that they'll stop where you want them to. Because once they get going, they can pick up quite a bit of momentum. So I always make a little fence of blocks that will act as a stop. When the blocks roll down, they'll hit those, they'll stop right where I want them. Another tip that my dad always taught me was anytime you're moving wood, like blocks, these blocks of wood, always start with the one furthest away from you, because that way as you work closer to where you're taking them, you'll be, if you get more fatigued and you get tired, you'll have less distance to move them. But then that also means that the other ones are in the way, so it's kind of a trade-off, horse piece. You can either start with the closest, but then as you get more tired, you have to carry the other ones a further distance. So I know, you know, just something to think about.
Yeah, what?
Oh my, you better be careful up there.
I didn't know how to fence it. Now, so later on I can knock that tree down? I'm very glad wood.
That'll about do it for today's video, I think. Just, you know, quick little afternoon, couple quick trips. Made 3 trips with the old John Deere. Kind of put her to work there, hauling some of these rounds out. Came out with 16 rounds to split up. So yeah, we're gonna get doing that, and by then we'll see what else comes up. Anyway, thanks again everyone for watching. It's been a great day. It's just a beautiful day here. Little breeze blowing, nice and cool. I'm in a good mood. Like I said, I think this week we're gonna hit the big 5-0, which doesn't probably sound like a lot, but hey, you know, that means there's 50 people right now that I took with me on my little adventures this afternoon. 50. To those 50 that are here, thanks again. And to the next 50, we'll see you soon. Toodaloo.